Okay, we are live. I probably should sit on that side.
Yeah.
Instead of walking all the way around.
Call the Village of Mount Sterling Special Council meeting for October 13th, 2021 to order. Roll call?
David?
Here.
Melanie?
Here.
Craig?
Here.
Becky?
Here.
Jay?
Here.
Andy?
Here.
All's present?
Okay. David, you want to do a prayer?
Lord, thank you for this beautiful afternoon you gave us today. And be with our council this afternoon as we make a decision here. And Lord, be with all our members and our mayor and our village. In Jesus' wonderful name, amen. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have any public comments, no executive session. That takes us to ordinances and resolutions.
Okay, the only ordinance is ordinance 2021-19. An ordinance accepting the financial recovery plan / budget due to the fiscal emergency, and this is all placed on the second reading.
Is there a motion to place it on second reading?
Yeah, that motion.
David? Second, anyone?
I'll second.
Okay. Andy? Roll call?
David?
Yes.
Melanie?
No.
Craig?
Yes.
Becky?
No.
Jay?
Yes.
Andy?
Yes.
Second motion is passed.
Okay. Does anybody have anything?
Second reading is passed.
Discussion. Yeah. Frustrating part here is we're really not trying to be difficult. We just really want to get this budget right. We had that 2-hour meeting a week ago, ran out of time. There were some things we just started talking about that a couple of cuts and things that we all agreed we should consider. And then also at the bottom of that was never even discussed, under that was the position of the village administrator, and that was never discussed. So I just want to reiterate, when we were here the other night for the EPA meeting, and it was called as a financial meeting, not really sure why, but the last part of the agenda, the last item on the agenda was the budget and the recovery plan. And so when, again, we had ran out of time, asked for a 5-minute extension, still didn't have enough time, and then the second extension was denied. So I'm not really sure, other than what Jay openly admitted the other night, of why we wouldn't want to get this right, why we wouldn't want to finish talking about our budget when there's a few things left undone. We don't have to fight about them, we don't have to argue, but we should all be able to be heard, and we should all be able to finish our thoughts. So that's all I'm saying before we vote, is I'm really uncomfortable with voting on a budget that we were not finished with.
Anyone else? Okay. I guess we're adjourned.
Oh, wait. We're adjourned?
We already voted before you even said anything.
I thought we voted to have a second reading,
We did. That's all we have to do.
but we didn't vote on, I thought
No, you didn't vote for passage, you didn't put it on the third reading.
Yeah.
right, I
So
thought,
we have another opportunity if you wanted to bring information in regards to what you were just saying.
what kind of information could I bring other than,
So, yeah, so how the process can go, like, we can do, first, second, and then it's open to dialogue before we can vote. That's usually how the process can go, correct? Yeah. So we did the 1, 2, and then no one discussed, so they did the roll call, and then I guess that's
So
protocol.
the next meeting on Monday will be the third reading for,
the next meeting on Monday?
Yeah.
What is that
Are
about?
you guys going to schedule another meeting?
Mm-hmm. Yes. The final reading.
That's going to be,
I'm just curious. I have a question.
okay, so we're not adjourned, right?
I take back the Adjourn.
Yeah, I didn't even know we addressed roundtable. I just have a question. Like, it was put on Monday as an emergency when we got here, and then Andy asked for it to be taken off emergency. Normally, when something's on an emergency, it's because you need it passed really quick. And there's not enough time to follow procedure. And procedure is, every 2 weeks you have a meeting, and then there is time between those 2 weeks to discuss and the public to have their comments and for there to be possible tweaks and changes made. So that's the normal. So I guess I'm just a little confused about why this was put on 3 readings when we're rushing through it and we're not going to take the legitimate steps that should normally be able to unfold between readings.
I'm sorry, you want me to, shall I respond to
If
that?
you
Or
care to, that's fine.
No, my only comment is, first of all, it gives the public 3 separate opportunities to have input and public comment on what is our village budget for 2022.
How did
Se-
they have that opportunity?
I apologize, sorry. And second of all, I just am of the mind personally that I think that it shouldn't be on an emergency when we have enough time to do it. And that the alternative way of making changes, not an illegitimate way because it's spelled out in our rules, is simply to offer amendments. You can change them. If there is a specific place in here, and let me pull out my budget, which happens to be right here. If there is a specific place where we need to change, let's do it. Offer up an amendment.
But we haven't been able to have a meeting to talk about those changes that we started to talk about.
What changes were we starting to talk about in detail?
Well, one thing that I mentioned was future insurance amounts down the road. You mentioned council salaries.
Yep,
I mentioned village administrator.
right?
So those are 3 things right off the top that we said we were going,
No, I said they were, or at least mine that I suggested was an opportunity. I didn't necessarily know that I wanted to get into it. And if I wanted to get into it, one way of dealing with that would be to say, as part of the, page 14, line item 7, we're going to drop the insurance rates to the correct number, whatever,
Right, but-
fill in the blank number.
but that would be at a work session. It wouldn't be really appropriate at one of these meetings to sit and discuss back and forth and give ideas. This is where we bring what the committee has already gathered, and we bring this here and we vote on it.
It's not spelled out like that. You can do that, but it's not the only way of doing that. And so my response would be, if you have a specific amendment, let's discuss. There is a process for doing that. It's
Process
spelled out.
is having a meeting.
Okay.
Can we not have a meeting about the budget again? I don't understand what the problem is.
We're having a meeting about the budget.
No, this is a vote. We didn't have a meeting.
We're in a meeting right now.
I understand that. Please.
I think what she means is she would like a work session.
Does she have the votes to call a work session?
We've never done it
I don't
that
know,
way either, but you're
Is council
right.
willing to work as a whole and listen to everybody's
Well,
ideas as a whole? Or does council just want to hurry up and rush it? That's up to you guys. I'm willing to have a work session.
We're not
Do
rushing.
you
We
guys
went
want
from
to
emergency
discuss it
to three
again?
sessions.
this is
If
paced.
you
This
have-
is, there's no rush
You
about.
have members sitting up here that are not happy with things,
Okay.
and I would think we could get a lot more accomplished if we'd work together. Versus, you don't have the votes, too bad, but that's how it is, and that's, I can't change
You
that.
could have
That's-
discussed it right
I
here.
simply disagree with the process that you're suggesting, and would suggest that there's alternative ways of doing it. It's fine. Either which way. I'm just getting that out there.
So you said you wanted to know if I have the votes to call a work session. We have never, ever, in the history of my 4 years, done it that way, where someone needs the votes to call a work session. We give each other enough respect, always in the past, where if someone wants a work session, we just do it.
Can we meet before, oh, no, I guess we can't meet before Monday's meeting, it's in the morning, right? We're gonna have it.
When is Monday's meeting? Because I don't know anything about Monday's meeting.
Monday's meeting either.
Yeah, there's nothing been sent. So
No,
you
I
guys
think,
would
I
have
guess
to-
maybe that was just,
You guys would have to create one.
would somebody like to propose to have a work session and then the third reading? And we really need that finished before the 20th, which is next Wednesday.
I'll propose a work session before we take a third vote.
Is there a second?
I'll second it. We've never really done it this way, but I'll second it. You normally, as the mayor, can call a work session. I'm just saying, but let's take a vote. Let's see. Let's just put it out there so
All right.
everyone knows how
All
this
right.
vote goes.
Is everybody available Monday in the morning to meet and have a work session?
I got a doctor's appointment at 1:15. So I couldn't be in the
Morning is
afternoon.
good,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, right. It was-
Anybody else have a problem with Monday morning? 8 o'clock? Okay, work session at 8 o'clock. 9 o'clock, third reading. All right. Does anyone have anything else? Okay, we're adjourned.
You did say 8, right?
Pardon me?
You said 8, right?
Yes.